Oh hey guys, welcome back to my channel, where I do my YouTubes.
Disgusting and probably illegal.
So, a big huge story today, of the day, is that some place called Oklahoma passes total abortion ban.
Well, Oklahoma is set to become the latest state to pass a near total ban on abortion procedures. House Bill 4327, as it's called, is waiting for a vote in the state Senate before making its way to the governor's desk. If signed, it would be one of the strictest anti-abortion bills in the country.
Weird.
NBC News Now correspondent Maura Barrett joins us now from the State House in Oklahoma City.
Hi.
Maura, good morning.
Hi.
First, walk us through exactly what is in this bill and what are both sides saying about it.
Well, Vicki, this bill would ban all abortions right after conception, with the exception in two cases: if the mother's life is at risk or if the pregnancy was a result of rape, sexual assault, or incest, and those incidents have been reported to law enforcement. And so, as we know, there's a lot of hesitation from women.
So what's interesting, let's just call it, about this is that these kind of like pro-lifers and cynical politicians who do this kind of anti-abortion stuff, we're now seeing what happens when you actually start to put these laws in place, when you start to ban it. And people go to other states. People go to other states to get abortion. That's what happens. This, they got what they wanted, and it's a total failure.
Total failure.
Epic fail. You know how people say online? Epic fail. Oh, God. To this reporter, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. I froze it. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to redo that segment, but that's not flattering.
Well, the Texas law was passed back in September, and since then, Texas saw a 60% drop in abortions. But data from the University of Texas at Austin shows that 1,400 women a month left the state to get abortions elsewhere. That's 12 times more than the abortions that were happening before, and they're going to places like Oklahoma, half of them, in fact, coming here to Oklahoma, and these clinics are just overwhelmed. I want to hear from the medical director at Trust Women Clinic that we spoke to here.
In Kansas and Oklahoma, we're kind of living in what is almost like a post-Roe environment. The sheer volume of people is remarkable. We've had to adjust our phone systems, adjust how we schedule people, adjust our patient caps.
Texas put all these kind of restrictive abortion laws in place. The obvious thing happened. People said, okay, now I have to drive, 3 hours? So they epically failed, right? So instead of these kind of anti-abortion people saying, okay, doesn't work. Look, there's the numbers, doesn't work. Oklahoma said, oh, they're all coming here to get abortions. We'll just straight up make it illegal. Problem solved.
Hey, you know that thing that totally didn't work? Let's do it more.
So one of the things that these people are worried about too is late-term abortions. Oh, man. There's basically just a full person in there smoking. I can't wait to be born. That's going to be fun. This is from the Texas Tribune. The clinics are seeing more patients later in pregnancy because of week-long waiting lists. And still, they're having to turn a lot of patients away. And a lot of these morons who are passing these laws are saying things like, look at the abortion rate went down. Yeah, it went down because they're going to other states, you goofball, you idiot.
Colorado has a new state law ensuring access to abortion.
7 Politics reporter Megan Lopez has been following the Reproductive Health Equity Act through the legislation.
Hi.
She joins us live from the newsroom.
Megan, at the same time, other states are limiting access. Colorado is making sure that doesn't happen here.
And that's causing some people to actually come to Colorado, Jacqueline, and to seek access here. We just received some new numbers from Planned Parenthood. They say since September 1st, when Texas's abortion restriction law went into place, they've seen 1,034 patients from that state come into this region to seek care.
Look at the map that they're about to show on this. This is hilarious. Oh, we didn't think of that. We didn't think of what's about to happen.
Respect individual rights and freedom.
As Colorado protects abortion rights, though, many surrounding states like Oklahoma and Texas are moving to...
Look at the map. I wonder what's going to happen in all those other states when somebody wants to get an abortion. That's amazing. That's the big victory. The big victory we won. The big victory here in Oklahoma and all these places. All these places that are half the people died from COVID and the other half are addicted to Oxycontin because there's no jobs. Oklahoma is really serving its citizens by doing this. There's this website called the World Population Review that sort of like looks at like crime statistics and like employment and the economy and healthcare and education and all this and ranks the states. Oklahoma is at like the very bottom. So the one thing that we got to focus on is bringing more kids into that situation. Oklahoma, where the ladies go driving. Where the ladies go driving to get their abortions in other places. Cause this is what we're wasting our time on. Oklahoma, where the government tricks us with stupid ass bullshit crap. That's a waste of everyone's time. So this goofy motherfucker right here is the governor of Oklahoma. And I mean...
Of course, those 3 abortion bills, one that bans most abortions when a fetal heartbeat is detectable, and the strongest of the 3, which effectively bans nearly all abortions by classifying them as unprofessional conduct for doctors.
When I ran for office, I told Oklahomans that I would sign every piece of pro-life legislation that hit my desk, and I stayed true to that promise, and we signed 3 of those bills today. Hi, Governor Kevin Stitt here.
Hey, bro.
I've heard from many Oklahomans who have concerns about President Biden's vaccine mandate for businesses.
Yeah. Oh, hell
and
yeah.
I want to address those directly.
I'm pissed off.
This action is not just federal overreach, it's unconstitutional.
Oh.
I've talked this over with Attorney General John O'Connor, and I know he's on our side. This administration has no respect for individual freedoms. Our freedom is what makes our nation so special.
Oh my God, that's so moving. With that music, oh, I'm tearing up. I'm tearing up in my pants.
We have freedom of speech. We've got freedom of religion. Our founders uniquely understood that religious liberties are the key to all other liberties.
You know what? This is kind of actually punching down. I feel bad because my man here only got 1.91K subscribers. Ooh. I gotta say too, he's doing all these videos about how important freedom of speech is. Comments turned off. Guys, I like to add a little personal touch to this crap, to this piece of crap, many call it, of a channel. And I'd just like to share a personal story with you guys, and is that I was what I call a attempted abortion. My mother did try to stop me from coming out. My mother tried to stop me from coming out, is how I describe it. But I don't know if you guys are familiar with this game, Sifu. I did some they were trying to get me, hey, stop, he's trying to come out. And I was doing Sifu on them, and I came out. And now here I am today, a success. This is maybe the most interesting thing about all this, though, is that these laws are not popular. These laws are not popular, my friends. And of course, especially in Oklahoma, this like pro-life, we need to protect the cherish the beautiful. It sounds like this, the beginning of a life. We need to cherish the sanctity of life. Oklahoma is the 4th highest rate of death for COVID in the country. And the whole time they were pushing for more death. But it's almost kind of funny if it weren't so weird. Which is, about half of the people in these states, maybe a little bit less than half, support, they're really worked up and foamed up and pissed off about this abortion stuff. They're just going to go to Colorado. Colorado's going to set up more Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is going to employ more people in Colorado. They're going to set up more places, probably closer to the borders. And there you go. There's sort of a lefty theory. I think I read this on Jacobin or something, where they're like, to quote Tucker Carlson, the elites. By the way, I can't stop doing this. I live in Texas and it's filled with bugs right now. I'm constantly getting bugs in my face. And I don't know if this is an adaptation thing in my brain, but I've been talking about the bugs like Tucker Carlson a lot. Like, where do they come from? Why are they here? These bugs come into our neighborhood and they go in our face. Who brought them here? Why are they here? They're buzzing in our face and on our genitals.
What was I talking about before that?
Yeah, so there's a theory that it's like, well, this is all a big plan from the elites to force poor people to have more children, which is true. Like, this is going to affect poor people the most. They're going to have to drive A lot of the time it's going to really throw their life into a tailspin, having to not having a bunch of money, having to take a trip to another state is a mega pain in the ass. Could cost you your job, definitely going to mess up your life a little bit or a lot. So this theory that it's a plot from sort of people on the top, the wealthy, to make sure that there's more of a labor pool of poor people, desperate people to employ at low wages. But now and I think that's a really interesting theory, and there could be something to it. But it's just like now we're seeing like this is just such a stupid thing that just doesn't work, that if it is a ruling class attempt at widening the labor pool, it's stupid, and it actually not going to work. But as we've seen with that Starbucks guy, Howard Schultz, wealthy people are pretty stupid, many of them.
Hundreds of people gathered outside the state capitol Tuesday morning to oppose several abortion bills that are making their way through Oklahoma's state legislature.
Oklahoma has been moving some of the most aggressive bans and restrictions that we've seen.
These organizers are opposing several bills right now that are making their way through the state legislature, including that new one, SB 612, which would punish physicians rather than patients for performing an abortion.
Is this an adult? Is this person an adult? Look, I know that this is a serious topic, and I ain't trying to do too many goofs here, but this is a very childlike news reporter. Hi, I'm an adult, definitely not a little kid, reporting live from a grown-up place where they do grown-up things like business and paperwork.
Besides those performed to save the life of the mother, State Rep Jim Olson is the bill's co-author.
This bill criminalizes abortion, makes it a felony. For the doctor. The penalty is up to 10 years in prison and up to $100,000 fine.
Up to 10 years in prison and what is it, $10,000 fine?
And up to $100,000 fine.
Woo! You weird guy. So yeah, it is really shocking to see these stories about we're banning abortion, all this stuff. It does seem to me to be a cynical political play. What I wonder is these, half or less than half of people who support this stuff they're probably not gonna give a crap. But I wonder if any of them are gonna see this doesn't work. This is not stopping all that baby murder. Maybe these Republican voters stop caring about it as much, Who knows? But definitely in the meantime, gonna throw a lot of women who definitely don't deserve it. Gonna throw their lives into some problemos. And that's weird. Maybe you remember a time when there weren't bugs in your face. What happened? Why do we accept this? But Joe Biden and the woke left want you to live in a country where bugs can buzz in your face.
Disgusting and probably illegal.
Well, guys, there we go. Just looking at more nonsense, more goofballs, and making fun of them and peeing on them. I'm an adult, not a little kid who snuck onto a news station through a series of hilarious events. Thank you, and bye-bye. Hey guys, you're only getting a fraction of the weekly shows. If you want a new motherfucking episode every day, subscribe on Patreon for as little as 2 bones. You get the patron-only Tuesday and Thursday shows, the Bookablega show where we look at important books, and the goddamn weekly behind-the-scenes show. And for only 25 bones, you could become a producer and get your name up here. Look at these people. These people make this show possible. If it wasn't for them, nothing. We don't have a show. We got nothing, and it's garbage. And we have to just leave. We have to just basically walk away, and we don't even really know where we're walking. That's the truly troubling part about all this. But please, become a patron today. For as little as 2 bones, or 5 bones is another level, or 10, or you go the full 25 and you get up here. Big special thanks to these people. Love you guys so much.